And a black man who've joined hands to say, no more. Forward ever, backward never. There are people in places like Memphis, Tennessee, and Denver, Colorado, and all across this nation that have woken up and they've seen what a bad education system is doing for our country. And they're trying to make a difference. They're taking steps toward innovative approaches to strengthening our education system. And I sat and I watched the TV this week and I cried, thinking about Wake County. All across our nation, moral leaders are trying to make a difference, and in Wake County, our leaders are taking us backwards. And it made me sad. All across the nation, moral leaders are trying to move forward, create nationally recognized systems. And in Wake County, our leaders are dismantling a nationally recognized system. And we're here today to say, not on our watch. Not on our watch. We will stand strong and we will stand together. And thank God for the prophets coming out of the NAACP, for William Barber, for our local chapters, for our national president Ben Jealous, who have a 2020 moral vision to put our country and our communities back on track, to make sure all of our children have a quality education. Today we take that first step in Wake County with this lawsuit, and we stand together and we move forward and we say, forward ever, backwards never. And ask God to bless our efforts.
Good morning. I stand before you as a representative of the faith leaders in the community. I'd like to ask the other faith leaders to stand at this time. I want the community to know that we are in support of the NAACP and other organizations that are standing for diversity. Contrary to popular belief, the ministers are out on the scene. We're in the schools. We have adopted school programs. We're mentoring. We're praying with the parents. We're mentoring with the students. The night that I went to the Wake County School Board meeting, and I stood firm when they made that decision to dismantle diversity. I said that we will not stand back and keep quiet and keep silent on this decision. So we have stood together in this community to fight against diversity. Children are an inheritance. And to me, when we get an inheritance, we protect that inheritance. Amen? We secure that inheritance. We appreciate that inheritance. And this is what we're going to continue to do. We need to continue to meet, to pray, and stay on the battlefield to let them know that we're not going to turn back. We're not going to step aside. We will not take it. There's an old song that says, walk together, children. Don't you get weary. Every time the weight comes upon my brow, to slow me down or to make me turn around, I turn to the Lord and I pray. And I want you to learn to do some serious praying. Prayer is strength. And when you pray and talk to the Lord, He will give you directions to take, the right words to say. We need you to learn to speak up and to speak out more when the time comes for you to be heard. In the rallies, in the marches, at the school board meetings, be there with us. Be heard, be seen. Amen? Amen. So I want you to do like I do. When I get just a little bit tired, I think about the prophet Isaiah that says we can mount up with wings as eagles. Amen? And when you learn to do that, you'll be able to soar. You'll be able to get more energy. You'll be able to get more stamina to stand against those that seem to want to hold us back and turn us around. We will continue to go forward. Backwards ever, forward never. Thank you for coming today. You got to learn to say it right when you stand up. Stand up. Forward, ever. Backwards, never. Amen?
Man, why y'all put me behind this fireball here? If you were invited to the desk or to the office of Dr. Marion Wright Elderman, you would notice a huge plaque on her desk. And the plaque is what has been called the Fisherman's Prayer. And it says, "Dear God, be good to me, because your sea is so wide and my boat is so small." It is a reminder for her, she says, of the battle that she has ahead in the life of our children. It's a reminder, she says, that reminds her every day that she wakes up that she has a constant battle to save our children. And I say today that the reason why we're here is to save our children. When the dust settles, when all of the cameras stop flashing, when Dr. Barber is gone home, Dr. Jealous is going back up to D.C., when all the dust settles, the bottom line is that we are here to save our children. That is the bottom line. And not only do we want to save them from a system that's trying to resegregate, but we want to also make sure that they get high-quality education, high-quality schools, and they be in competitive situations. We are here to make sure that our children have a future that some of us might not have had. I came out of New Jersey. I pastored in Newark for several years before I came here. And I saw the school system in New Jersey, and I'm going to do everything I can while I'm here in Wake County to make sure that that system does not come down here to Wake County. Amen. So the Fisherman's Prayer is there not by accident, but as a reminder of the frailty and the sheer magnitude of the task that we must face. It is a reminder that, like fishermen, we too must rely on God as we journey into the unknown areas of life where the turbulent winds of change and the gigantic tides of opposition are a constant reminder of the challenges that we face. We should remember that our presence and actions here today are part of an effort to make sure that our children inherit the best that we can offer them. And to leave a legacy of excellence, we must pray for good, prepare for good, and plan for good. And remember that we are speaking out not only for the children who sit in classrooms today, but also for the children who will occupy those seats in years to come. Our children deserve diverse schools. They deserve quality teachers. They deserve high-quality facilities and an opportunity to achieve at a higher level. Let us be reminded that the Fisherman's Prayer should be our prayer in times like these when we are searching for solutions to the tempests of fear that plague all of us. Let us be reminded that we are charged with caring for the little boats that look for safe harbor within our school system. Let us be reminded that the good that can be turned into great, and that our children can become great citizens. Nearly 2,000 years ago, a Palestinian Jew stood and told the world to not allow the children to be suffered to come